I'm Lou Davis, and with me is Natasha Pettigrew, who is the Green Party candidate for the U.S. Senate from Maryland. Ms. Pettigrew, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little background.
I am a lifelong Marylander. I have always lived in Cheverly, Maryland, which is in Prince George's County. And the only times I've ever left the state are to go to school, and that was for undergrad at The Ohio State University in Columbus, and for law school at the University of Miami in Florida. And currently I'm going into my third year of law school, but my school has generously given me a leave of absence to pursue my dream.
Okay. Why have you decided to run for the U.S. Senate?
Because I don't feel that our elected officials are responsive to the needs of their constituents, and once my disenfranchisement with their actions got to a certain level, I decided that if I was going to complain about it, that I should be willing to get out there and try and make a difference.
And why in the Green Party?
The Green Party's grassroots method of running campaigns appealed to me, as well as their policy to not take corporate money, but to only take money from individuals, because I believe that when you take money from corporations, then your first obligation is going to be to honor them with whatever they need, as opposed to taking money from individuals, so that your first obligation is to the people that you represent.
Okay, what do you think are the big issues this time around? I guess, what are people in your area concerned about?
The economy, obviously, which would include foreclosures, because Prince George's County has one of the highest rates of foreclosure within the state of Maryland. Healthcare is another large one, and also with the economy, jobs are very important to people. Prince George's County also has double-digit unemployment, as does, I think, if people didn't play with the numbers so much, I think our national unemployment average would also be in the double digits. And third, education is also a very high priority at the primary level, but also at a secondary level, because we may want to pursue higher education, but if you don't have the means and if you don't have people to help you navigate that system, then you may not pursue a higher degree, which thereby puts you at a disadvantage when you go out to seek employment.
Okay, you're running on the Green Party.
Yes.
Obviously, the environment's a major part of your campaign.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about the environment.
The environment.
What has to be done?
Oh, yes. We need to move towards renewable energy sources, and now is the time to do it, because there's obviously no way that I would suggest that we need to stop using coal and oil today, because it's not going to happen. But if we start planning for tomorrow, then instead of the day where our non-renewable energy sources run out, then we say, what are we going to do now? We've already put a plan into effect, as well as where you put your time and energies now is where you're going to invest more heavily in the future. So if we continue to invest heavily into coal and oil as our sole energy sources, then we're never going to get around to non-renewable energy sources. And the state of Maryland is a perfect place for things like wind farms, because we have wind everywhere. We have coastal winds, we have wind in the mountains, and the one comment that I've heard about it is, you know, the turbines are ugly. And I thought about that.
And they kill birds.
That one I would say is debatable,
okay,
just because of how slowly the turbines tend to spin. But I looked at our streets, and everyone said at some point, I'm sure, that our power lines are ugly too. And quite honestly, I don't find our power lines to be anything to write home about, but you get used to it. And if it gives us a method of not only generating energy for ourselves, but perhaps selling some of that energy to other states, because people who use wind energy now buy it from the Midwest. And that doesn't make any sense, that a state like ours, where we have so much abundant wind, that we would be buying wind energy from another place.
Okay, Natasha Pettigrew, the Green candidate for U.S. Senate, thank you very much for being with us.